Hello guys! Welcome to the Christian Mommy Billionaires Club. And today is Mommy Mondays and we are out in my lovely garden with my lovely girlfriends. And today we are going to be talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. And I am so excited to have my girlfriends here today. We have Bree, Miss Drea, and we also have Jazz over here. These are not only the Glam Squad, not only my girlfriends, but just beautiful women of God. I just wanted you guys to know a little bit about me and my story. I'm actually the married one. Jazz here has actually just got married, so let's give her a big congratulations.
Thank you, ladies. Brand new.
And then these two lovely ladies are still on the market, so definitely DM them. No, I'm just So a little bit about me is I have been married for, I think, 4 years now. Oh my goodness, that went by so fast because my oldest is 3 years old now. Yes. So my husband and I, we actually met. He used to be the manager at Costco for like 18 years. And as he was already transitioning into entrepreneurship, he was like, his last little leg. I went in there and I actually had a broken foot. He helped me out to my car. And after he loaded my stuff in, he begged me to take him to lunch. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll take you to Chipotle or something. So anyways, that Chipotle day just turned into something real and something magical, and it was really beautiful. You guys, please stay tuned because I don't want to take too much time on this, but I will go into detail more about like how we met. Yes. But I will say that it was definitely of God, and I feel as if it's very important for us to talk about like what it takes to be a real woman of God, which is a Proverbs 31 woman. Yes. It's a term that like we hear a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like us as women, at least I can say it, even before I got married, I was like, oh, I want my man to be of God. I want him to have a relationship. I want him to have a house, a car, a this, a that. But the question that I pose today is, what are us as women doing to make it so that we're kind of, up to par, so that a man of that caliber would actually want to be with someone like us? Not meaning that anything could happen, right? But what is something, since you actually just got married, I'm sorry, I gotta put the spotlight on you. But I just wanted to know if you can like share something with us that like, what's something that you feel like you wish you would have knew like before you actually got married?
Well, something I learned in premarital counseling was the importance of strife and how it can be a deal breaker in a relationship. So just me going into my marriage and even before that, just knowing how strife can be really detrimental to a relationship is offsetting strife. Don't let it in the house, don't let it in the relationship or the marriage. So that's just a big key for me. Yeah, it is, because it's almost like it's a tactic of the enemy to come in and just cause dysfunction and friction. So definitely strife, we're not bringing it in the house, not bringing it in the marriage, none of that. No. Exactly. So as a wife, offset strife.
And you know what? That is so good, because I feel like one thing that my cousin always told me when I asked her, what's the difference between like when you're married and when you're not married? She's like, when you're married, you can't just walk away.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So like, let me ask you, Bree, say that you and your husband, or even someone that you were courting, like you guys got into a disagreement, like a really bad disagreement. What is like something you would do to like resolve the conflict?
I would like to listen and hear out his point of view first and try to get a better understanding, because obviously I know how I feel. I know my perspective. Right. I'm in my shoes. Mm-hmm. So I would try to take the time to put myself in their shoes, or in his shoes rather, and start from there.
That's
and
good.
Work on my communication.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's one thing that I definitely can say. It's like when you think about it from the other person's perspective. I remember reading this book called A Purpose-Driven Life. I don't know if you guys read that before. Yes. But I remember opening up a chapter, if it wasn't the first page, but it was just like, it's not about you. And I was like, it was so deep. I was like, it's not about me. And if you keep that in the forefront of your marriage, I feel like, just like you said, no strife. You got to listen to what they're saying. And then when you acknowledge, like, hey, I understand what you're feeling, what you're going through and stuff like that. So that's Look, you know,
Mhm.
you're
Yeah.
good. That's
already
I know, right?
I'm
Ready.
So I feel like it is super important to be a good Proverbs 31 wife. And so, Drea, I just wanted to ask you, when you hear Proverbs 31 wife, what does that really mean to you? Because I know it's something like, hey, we read it all the time, or maybe we even hear it, but like, what is something that like the people listening can be like, hey, I can do A, B, or C to like really be a Proverbs 31 wife? Because I know you're not married yet, but I do believe it's coming really soon for you. You're so graceful and you just really have like a really warm heart, and I'm just excited to see you become a mom and everything. So just give us a little something.
So I would say from my perspective, a Proverbs 31 wife would be someone who just not only loves God, loves himself, knows himself, but is really patient, loving, somebody who
You
really
No, she is.
right?
yeah, someone who really takes the time to get to know people, not just the person, not for something for themselves, but just because they truly want to know that person and serve that person, no matter who the person is, as well as God. So loving, serving, treating that person as they would God.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a lot of the times my husband is the one that like draws me closer to God in like really weird ways sometimes, because there are times when I'm going through like, you know, back when I was working and I was like struggling and stressing and had these issues at work or with my friends or something, and he'd be like, who's bigger than God?
Wow.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
nobody. And he'd be like, what? Who's bigger than God? And I'm like, nobody. You know, it's like those moments where it's like both of my kids that I had no medication when I was in labor.
Wow.
All the way through, but I mean, it was like he was there and he
I
was. You guys can do it.
Close for me too. So.
Girl, you can do it. I'm telling you, this is what God made our bodies for.
Oh, goodness.
I'm telling you guys.
Right.
Oh God, that's a whole nother video.
Yes.
But I'm telling
have
you,
it.
We need prep for
yes, you cannot do it. Like, obviously you can do it, but because I know a lot of women, even my mom, single moms and stuff, we got to give it up for the single moms. But when you have a spouse, someone who loves God, someone who loves you unconditionally, and they're just on your side, and you have two people working towards one agenda, and then God as the foundation, it's like, what can stop you? It's like nothing can stop you, right?
Yes.
So I'm just so excited for myself to have that spouse. And it's just like looking back to like when we first started dating, we courted, we did things the right way, we did marital counseling just like you did. And there were times where we walked out of like marital counseling like not knowing what we were gonna do. And I recall talking to one of my girlfriends, and I was like, you know, this happened and we got in an argument like in the middle of the session or whatever, and she was like, girl, we did too.
Yeah.
So like that's pretty normal. Like did that happen with you at all?
Oh yeah, you get it out right then and there. It's better to
Take
care of everything before you enter the marriage, because once you're in the marriage, you know, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yes, and like that's the big thing. I feel like a lot of people are like always like, not a lot of, some people get divorced, but for us, it's that we don't even say the word. We joke around and be like, oh, the D word, but it's a closed door for us. Like that's not an option. So we just like have to figure it out.
Right.
You know. So I am so excited that you ladies are here, and I am even more excited for next time to come back and talk about a new topic. And for you guys at home, if you guys want to suggest any topics that you would want our tea time talk to talk about, anything you guys want more of an insight on, send your questions in. And comment down below, and make sure that you not only subscribe to this channel, it's absolutely free, but make sure you share it with one of your girlfriends, you know, because we're all Christian mommy billionaires with an S. That's why it's an S on there, because we're all becoming billionaires in so many different ways. Billionaires in our minds, billionaires in our hearts, and billionaires in our everyday lives. And winning 1 billion souls for Christ, I can't do that by myself. We can't do that by ourselves. Like, we got to do it together, right? And so we're so excited to see you guys next time for Christian Mommy Billionaires Club. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Bree, Drea, and Jasmine for coming and for your help today. I love you guys so much. Please stay tuned. We will see you on the next video. This is Christian Mommy Billionaires Club. I'm Chantel Williams, and thank you so much for watching.